Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at Zilliqa. This is going to be a lower time frame video. If you haven't already, check out up above. We have our higher time frame video. Let's get into the charts and see what's going on. So the primary way that I'm still looking at the structure here is treating this as a fourth wave to the upside. Now it is possible that this fourth wave could still be in play and we could see a bigger move where this becomes a bigger WXY or a bigger ABC, and we could still look to come back up into this range of this 0294 to this 0599 region. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this. If we do continue to hold this zone, we do have the potential that we could start to see a 5-wave move up, or alternatively a bigger 3-wave move up, looking to interact with some of these highs. Alternatively, we could be looking to break down for this 5th wave. Now, it is possible that this 5th wave could already be completed. And within this idea, what we need to be on the lookout for is that if we treat this as a diagonal where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we could actually look to complete into this low already. If this is the case, we would then be expecting the 0147 to hold, and we'd be expecting to see some 5-wave structure to the upside, followed by a 3-wave move back down, looking to hold this zone as support and then starting to see this rally to the upside. Now the key thing here is that if we do start to rally off this point, we need to get back above this 786 to this 50% level. For as long as we remain below this, we need to be aware that there is still the potential that if this is a diagonal and a completed move into this low, we could see a move up here and then see continuation down and actually look to break this low. So it's going to be very key how we react here. We need to get back above this high of this 0362 to invalidate the idea of this move looking to extend down in a bigger 5-wave pattern or a bigger AB and a C to the downside. So that's what I'm looking out for here. It is also possible here the diagonal could be still in play if we look to count this move slightly different. And what we'd be saying here is that in this case 1, 2, 3 into this low, where this becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4 as a triangle, 5th wave to the downside, and what we'd then be saying is a move up into this 187 to this 164 area could align with actually still having another drop to the downside. Now the key difference between these two counts is the other diagonal would actually say we completed into this low, in which case we'd be looking for a break of this invalidation point here of this 0250. So if we do see a price action actually move to the upside here and move up above this point, this would align with this potentially looking to complete into this low. If however we face rejection here in this blue target box, what we could then see is a move down to this next blue target box, which would be here at this 141 to this 131 area. Now this would align with this move actually just having a 3-wave structure up here and then starting to see another 5-wave move down into this level. If we do see something like this move down one more time in this way, what I'll then be looking out for here is the potential that this move could then find another rejection here in this yellow target box. So that would be treating this whole move here as a bigger A, a B, and then a C. So this would all be looking for this white 3rd wave. So what we'd be saying here is that this move is actually going to look to be made up of 3-wave structures, where this becomes wave 1, this becomes our wave 2, this becomes A, B, and C to the downside, and then we'd look for another 3-wave move up and another 3-wave move down, looking to form a contracting wedge shape pattern like this. So that's what we're going to be looking out for here. If we do start to push up above this blue box area, going to be on the lookout for that other count where we could be looking for that bit of a rally to the upside. Now also within this idea here, like I said, we could potentially look at this as a bigger corrective structure. Now within this idea of this being a bigger corrective structure, what we'd then be saying is that we could be looking at this move as a bigger W or an A wave, and then we're looking for this potential of an X or a B wave. Now the fact is we've come down and taken this low. We haven't done it by very much, which is making me think that this X wave could still be a potential here, in which case we could be looking for a 3-wave move to the upside. Even if we do look to push down deeper though, this lower white box area here is a common target area for an overshooting B wave. So in this instance, what we'd be saying is that this move is potentially still looking for another leg to the downside here, and then we'd be looking for that continuation to the upside afterwards, looking to actually come back up and potentially sweep this high. Now if we did see something like this as a bigger corrective move, we would still be anticipating that potential of a break to the downside. But if we do get a 5-wave move up into these highs, we'd have to then watch how we retrace here, because this could align with actually seeing a bigger break to the upside. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for within this current structure that we've got. So now we're going to come down a little bit closer here and talk about some of the internals. Now, this would be looking at the potential here that we could look for that possibility of a B wave to the downside. So within this idea, what we could say is that the B wave is still incomplete. So if we do see this move just play out as W, X, we look at this as our A wave. This move here is a potential connector wave. We could still be looking for a move down towards this zone here of this 0107 and this 0103. This would align with the two different one-to-one levels. If we do see a move down here, we would be then saying that this potential move that is in the middle here is going to be something like a flat correction. Now, given the current structure, we could argue that this could potentially be completed because we've come into this one-to-one level. So if this is the case, what we'd be saying is we have 3 waves up, we have 3 waves down, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This could be a running flat. But what we then need to see here is a sharp projection back to the downside here, looking to take out this B wave low, which is sitting here towards this 147. If, however, we find support here, it is possible that this could become A, B, and we see C wave, which could still look to push us up into this higher area here of this 1618 to this 1236 level. If we do just see a move up in this way and we start to reject down, we lose this low. This would then align with either this move becoming that bigger 4th wave like we discussed earlier, and then we have that 5th wave down, or alternatively within this idea here, we could actually see a much more violent sell-off to the downside, in which the minimum requirement has been met for this as a W, X, and a Y. So if we do look at this low as a low point, it is possible that internally here we could have something else going on where we could say this is W, X, Y, X, and Z, and this could look to complete here, and we could look for that rally up. So it's going to be important how we react around this low here. If we continue to hold this, then we could potentially start to see a little bit of a rally. But even if we do get 5 waves up, we need to just be careful this isn't a flat, and then we still see that continuation down. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for, in the shorter term here. If we do look to continue to break down, like I said, these one-to-one lower targets are potential zones that we could look to move down to if we reject in a bigger way. Alternatively, if we are looking at this as that bigger diagonal, we could just see a smaller push to the downside here to this 0141 to this 131 region, and then looking for that possibility of a push back to the upside. This yellow target box is going to be an important rejection area. If we move back above that, then it's possible that this move could just complete as a 5-wave move down, and that could be the end of the B wave, and we could look for that to push to the upside. Now we're going to discuss what would need to happen if we're going to look to rally off this low. Now, given the current structure here, the way that I'm looking at this is that if we're going to look to break to the upside, what I would be saying is that internally here, what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if this is the case, what we'd then be looking for is that this move could be potentially looking as a wave 2 over here, and it could be looking to rally directly. If we continue to hold these lows here and we look to push up directly, 1.618 would be here at this 0197. Now, because of that 4th wave idea, we'd have to be careful of something like this, A, B, and C, where we could see a move up towards a zone of this 0181. And I would also be keeping an eye on this high over here, which is sitting closer towards this 0176. If we do see continuation directly up here, where this becomes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5. This could align with seeing something like a move up into this high. If this is a 4th wave, then we'd be expecting continuation down. However, if this is going to be an impulse, this would be our target area that we're looking for this to confirm, 197. Now that would be off of this low here. It is also, however, possible, because at the moment this move to the upside is just 3 waves, we could still see a continuation down where this move is not complete, and we have this as a bigger ABC, in which case we could see a move down towards this 0155 to this 0152. Now, if we do continue to reject off this level here, what I would be looking out for is that possibility of that continuation down, which would bring us right here into this golden pocket area, which would be quite an interesting zone. And then if we do overshoot this, potentially we could look for this 0786. Now, if we're looking for continuation up, we don't want to lose this 0147, and we'd be looking for effectively either this move rallying from this point, looking for this higher target of this 1618, or alternatively coming down one more time and then looking to rally from there. If we are looking at this potential of actually seeing a direct push to the upside from where we currently are, what I'm looking for is this potential here, that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the upside. If this is completed, what we could then have is this is a wave 2, and we'd be looking for this 0174 for confirmation. Now, the way that I'd be thinking this would play out is that we get another 1 and a 2 here, and then we'd be looking for 3, 4, and 5, looking to push us up into this zone. If, however, we just see this move develop as A, B, and C to the upside, which we see a move up towards this 0169, then it could be that this move here is a bigger A, B, and a C pattern. We come back down towards that support zone one more time, and then look for that breakout from there. Or alternatively, if we do see this move come back down here one more time, even from where we currently are into this high, there is still the potential that we could argue that this is A, B, and we get one more push down here, looking for this 786 to this 50% level. If we start to lose this 786, the probability then becomes higher that we're going to see us lose this low and see that additional push down. However, if we continue to hold either this low or see another push down here and hold this support zone, we could still look for this potential to see a rally to the upside. What we would be looking for would be this 1.618 level, depending on where we actually come down to. If we had to see another move down here and potentially come to retest the 786 area, that would push the 1.618 down towards that 0172. But off of our current area here, 0174 is going to be the zone we are looking for this as a third wave. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this level to see if we do get continuation up. But like I said, with this bullish count, we need to actually see a break of this 0197 area for more confirmation that we're going to see this bigger 5-wave structure looking to play to the upside. Then the key thing here is going to be, if we do get this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, how we react from this point. If we get 3 waves down, looking to find support above this low, we can look for that potential for continuation to the upside. Coming down here and having a look at the daily CPR lines, what we can see is we have very tightly spread lines here. We've actually moved up into this R1 line. We can see that these are very tightly spread. So this typically indicates volatility. Now we are above these. So if we do continue to see volatility to the upside, I will be watching this 0169, 0173 and this 0177 level for today. If, however, we cannot make it back up past this 0165, we could see price actually come back down into these central lines and look to retest these. If we lose these central lines, targets for today to the downside would be this 0157, 0153, 0149 and this 0145. So that would be aligning with actually seeing, you know, continuation to the downside here. If, however, we now come over onto the weekly, what we can see is that we did actually print a lower CPR, but these are very tightly spread. Once again, we did move down into these and we've reacted to the upside. If we do continue to move up here, 0169 is going to be an interesting area for me because of this R1 line. This would also align with seeing something like a sweep of these highs. Now, if we're looking at this as a bigger corrective structure, we could still see price do something like this, where we see price moves up here and then still look to move down and take these lows, looking to sweep the liquidity in that area before looking for that continuation up in that bullish count. Now, if we do continue to remain above these central lines, I'm going to be watching out for these levels, 0169, 0180 and this 0191 as potential upside targets for today. If we lose these central lines, then we do have potential to see price come down towards this 147, 136 and this 126 as potential downside targets. Now, if we come over here and have a look at the monthly pivots, what we can see is that we are actually currently underneath our central lines. We've bounced off of the lower line here, but if we do see price looking to push back up here, we could still look to find resistance again at this 168. So that would align with testing that weekly target as well. If we do see price looking to get back above these, potential resistance can be found at 175 and this 182 area. If we look to reject to the downside and we look for some lower targets, what we'd be looking for is 138, 115 and all the way down here at 0078 as potential downside targets for this month. If, however, we look to flip these back into support, then I will be looking for this 198, 0235 and this 0258 as potential upside targets for today. So I'm going to keep an eye on these levels, see how we react, and then go from there. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.